She demanded, "Give me your phone password if you have nothing to hide." I replied, "Fine." Then I gave it to her. The color drained from her face when I asked for her phone's password. 29 male. I'm sitting here in my half-empty apartment, boxes everywhere, feeling weirdly calm about what just went down. My girlfriend Natasha, 27, and I were together for 2 years, living together for the last 8 months. What happened last week basically detonated our entire relationship, and honestly, I'm relieved. It started Thursday evening. I was on the couch scrolling through Reddit, ironic, right? When Natasha came in from the bedroom with this weird energy. Like she'd been psyching herself up for something. We need to talk. Okay? Putting phone down. I've been thinking, and I feel like there's distance between us, like you're hiding something. Hiding something? What are you talking about? You're always on your phone. You angle it away from me. You take it to the bathroom. I take it to the bathroom to watch YouTube while I... Just stop. If you have nothing to hide, you'd give me your password. The accusation came out of nowhere. I'd never given her reason to doubt me. Never cheated, never even thought about it. Meanwhile, she'd been acting strange for weeks, coming home late from work drinks, being protective of her phone, less intimate. You want my phone password? Yes, right now. If you really love me and have nothing to hide. The irony wasn't lost on me. The person acting suspicious was demanding transparency from me. But you know what? I had nothing to hide. Fine. It's 051794, handing her my phone. She grabbed it like she'd won something. Started scrolling immediately. Texts, emails, photos, social media. Her face went from triumphant to confused to frustrated as she found nothing. Because there was nothing to find. 20 minutes of searching. She even went through my calculator app. Apparently that's where cheaters hide photos. Nothing. This doesn't prove anything. You could have deleted stuff. Or I could just be a faithful boyfriend. Crazy thought. She was still holding my phone when I decided to flip the script. So, what's your password? The silence was deafening. Her face went from frustrated to panicked in about 2 seconds. What? Your password. You just said if we have nothing to hide, we should share passwords. So? That's different? How? You don't trust me? You literally just spent 20 minutes going through my phone because you don't trust me. Password, please. This is ridiculous. I don't have to prove anything to you. But I had to prove something to you? Yes, you were being suspicious. How was I being suspicious? You just were. She tried to storm off to the bedroom, still clutching my phone. I followed. Natasha, you still have my phone. Can I see yours? No, this is so toxic. I can't believe you'd turn this around on me. I'm using your exact logic. If having nothing to hide means giving passwords, then give me yours. I need to think. Throws my phone at me and locks herself in the bedroom. I sat back on the couch, mind racing. Her reaction told me everything. She'd projected her own guilt onto me, tried to find evidence of cheating to justify whatever she was doing. An hour later she came out. I'm staying at Chloe's tonight. I can't deal with your manipulation. My manipulation? You demanded my password, got it, found nothing, and now won't reciprocate. But I'm manipulating? You twisted everything around. I applied your standard equally. That's not twisting. She packed an overnight bag and left. I sat there thinking this was it, the beginning of the end. But I needed to know what she was hiding. Update 1. So Natasha stayed at her friend Chloe's all weekend. Radio silence except for one text. I need space to process your controlling behavior. My controlling behavior. For asking for the same thing she demanded. The cognitive dissonance was incredible. Monday morning, she came back while I was working from home. Acted like nothing happened. Just started making coffee in the kitchen. So we're just pretending Thursday didn't happen? I don't want to fight. Neither do I. But you accused me of hiding something, went through my phone, then refused to show me yours. We need to talk about that. Why are you obsessed with my phone? It's weird. You were obsessed with mine 3 days ago. That was different. You keep saying that, but won't explain how. Because I know something's off with you. Based on what evidence? Or woman's intuition? I actually laughed. She was really going with woman's intuition as justification for her double standard. Okay, well my man's intuition says you're projecting. Projecting what? Whatever you're hiding on your phone. She went ballistic, screaming about trust, boundaries, privacy, respect, all things she'd violated when demanding my password. The hypocrisy was stunning. If you can't trust me, we have no relationship. Agreed. So trust me enough to show me your phone like I showed you mine. I'm done with this conversation. She grabbed her work bag and left. But here's where it gets interesting. She forgot her iPad on the kitchen counter. Now, I'd never violated her privacy before, never felt the need, but her reaction was so extreme, so defensive. I stared at that iPad for an hour, wrestling with myself. Going through someone's device is wrong, but she'd gone through mine, and her reaction practically screamed guilt. I picked it up. It was logged into her iCloud, synced with her phone. What I found explained everything. Instagram DMs with someone named Marco, started 2 months ago. Flirty at first, then explicit. Pictures exchanged, nothing nude, but definitely inappropriate. Making plans to meet up. The last message was from Thursday afternoon, hours before she demanded my password. Marco, can't wait to see you tonight. Same, but feeling guilty, think he suspects something. You said he's too trusting to notice anything. Still, maybe I should check his phone to see if he knows. Good idea. If he's suspicious, we'll need to be more careful. I sat there, staring at those messages. She'd literally planned to go through my phone to see if I knew about her emotional, at minimum, affair. The projection was textbook. I took photos of everything with my phone. Then I made a decision. I wasn't going to confront her yet. I was going to give her one more chance to come clean. That evening, she came home acting extra sweet. Brought takeout from my favorite place, all smiles and affection. Love bombing 101. I'm sorry about this morning. You're right, I've been unfair. Yeah, if you want my password, it's 8823. She handed me her phone. I took it, noting she'd had all day to delete anything incriminating. Sure enough, Marco's entire conversation was gone. Photos deleted, search history cleared. Thanks for trusting me. Handed it back without looking. You're not gonna check? No. If you're willing to give it, that's enough. She looked confused but relieved. We ate dinner, watched TV. She curled up next to me like nothing was wrong. Like she hadn't been texting another man about meeting up. Like she hadn't tried to gaslight me into thinking I was the untrustworthy one. That night, while she slept, I made my plan. Update 2. I spent the next few days playing normal while getting my affairs in order. Our lease was month to month, so that was easy. I started looking for new places, found a nice 1-bedroom available immediately, put down a deposit. Meanwhile, Natasha was in full performance mode, super attentive, cooking dinners, initiating intimacy. Classic cheater behavior, overcompensating out of guilt. Thursday rolled around again. 1 week since the password incident. I'd taken the day off work without telling her. That morning, have a good day at work, babe. Kiss on cheek. You too. Working late again tonight? Maybe. Depends on if we finish the Henderson project. Me? Cool. Text me if you'll be late. She left. I waited 10 minutes, then started packing. Only my stuff, electronics, clothes, personal items. Left all the shared stuff we'd bought together. Didn't want any arguments about property. Around 2 p.m., she texted, "Gonna be late tonight. Henderson project running long. Don't wait up." I knew there was no Henderson project. She'd been using that excuse for weeks. By 4 p.m., I was fully moved out. Hired movers and everything. Left my key on the counter with a printed screenshot of one of her conversations with Marco, the one where she called me too trusting to notice anything. Also left a note. Natasha, you were right about one thing. I am trusting, probably too trusting. But I'm not stupid. Your password might be 8823, but it doesn't matter when you delete everything first. Enjoy your evening with Marco. You don't have to lie about the Henderson project anymore. You're too trusting, X. Then I blocked her on everything and went to my new place. The explosion was immediate. She must have come home early because by 5:30, my phone, still blocked, had 47 missed calls. Texts started flooding in from numbers I didn't recognize. Her friends, her sister, numbers I'd never seen. How could you do this? She's hysterical, call her back. This is so immature, you can't just leave. She made one mistake. I didn't respond to any of them, but I did unblock her briefly at 9 p.m. out of curiosity. 127 texts. I read a few. I can explain. It's not what it looks like. Marco means nothing. You violated my privacy. How dare you go through my iPad? Please come home. We can work through this. You're the love of my life. I only did it because you were distant. This is your fault too. Answer me. The emotional whiplash was impressive. Love, anger, blame shifting, guilt tripping, gaslighting, the whole manipulator playbook in text form. Reblocked her and went to bed in my new place. Slept better than I had in months. Update 3 Friday was interesting. Woke up to an email from Natasha, forgot to block that. I know you hate me right now, but we need to talk. What I did was wrong, but the way you left was cruel. I deserve a conversation at least, please. Deleted it. Got to work and my coworker Jerome pulled me aside. Dude, your ex is here. Me what? She's in the lobby. Security won't let her up without your permission. She's, making a scene. I went to the security desk monitor. There she was, crying, arguing with the guards. I called down. Hey, it's me. Please ask her to leave. If she doesn't, call the police. Will do. She left after another 10 minutes of arguing, but she wasn't done. That afternoon, she showed up at my gym. I was mid-workout when I saw her arguing with the front desk. I just moved to a different section, finished my workout, and left through the back exit. Saturday, she somehow found out where I was living. Showed up at my building, buzzing random apartments until someone let her in. Then she was at my door. Her banging. I know you're in there. We need to talk. I called building security. They removed her. I also filed a report in case I needed a restraining order later. But the real kicker came Sunday. Remember Marco? Well, he reached out. Through LinkedIn of all places. Hey man, this is awkward, but I think we should talk. Natasha told me you two were in an open relationship. I had no idea she was lying. I'm sorry. I ended things as soon as I found out. Thought you should know she's been telling people you're abusive and that's why she was seeking comfort elsewhere. Just wanted you to know the truth. I thanked him for the heads up. Wasn't his fault she lied to him too, but it confirmed what I suspected. She was spinning a victim narrative. Monday morning rolled around. I got to work early. Around 10 a.m., Jerome came by my desk again. Jerome, your ex is here. Again. But this time she brought backup. Me, backup? Her mom. Oh boy. Her mother, Irina, was a piece of work. Russian immigrant. Tough as nails. Always thought her daughter could do no wrong. I went down to the lobby. Security was already there. You break my daughter's heart. You leave like coward. Your daughter cheated on me. She make mistake. Everyone make mistake. You forgive. No. She loves you. You've been together 2 years. You throw away for one mistake? It wasn't one mistake. It was months of lying, gaslighting, and betrayal. I'm done. Natasha was there too, fake crying behind her mom. Please, just 5 minutes. Let me explain. Explain what? How you projected your guilt onto me? How you demanded my password to see if I knew about Marco? How you called me too trusting while sneaking around? No thanks. You are cruel, man. No wonder she seek comfort elsewhere. Ma'am, I need you both to leave. Now, or I'm calling the police. Irina went on a tirade in Russian. Natasha tried one more plea. I'll do anything. Therapy, couples counseling, whatever you want. Me, what I want is for you to leave me alone. Security stepped in. They finally left, but not before Irina shouted something about me being a heartless American who didn't understand real love. That afternoon, I started getting Facebook messages from mutual friends. The narrative Natasha was spinning was wild. I was emotionally abusive. I was controlling and jealous. I went through her private messages without permission. I abandoned her with no warning. Marco was just a friend I was jealous of. Some people bought it. Others who knew me better didn't. I didn't engage with any of it. Just screenshot everything for potential legal needs and moved on. Final update, 2 weeks later. The last 2 weeks have been relatively quiet. After the incident with her mom, I sent Natasha a formal cease and desist letter through a lawyer friend. Made it clear any further contact would result in a restraining order. She tried one more time, sent a long letter to my office. I had security return it, unopened. But here's where the karma really kicked in. Remember how she was telling everyone I was abusive and controlling? Well, Marco apparently kept all their conversations, including ones where she talked about how great I was, how guilty she felt, how she was only with him for attention. When she started harassing him about getting back together, yeah, she moved on from me that fast, he posted the receipts on social media. Not out of spite for her, but to clear his own name since she was also calling him abusive for seducing her when she was vulnerable. The screenshots showed her initiating everything, her lying about being in an open relationship, her talking about how she was bored and wanted excitement, her saying I was too good for her, and she didn't deserve me, her admitting she picked fights with me to justify her behavior. Her friend group imploded. Chloe, who'd been her biggest defender, publicly called her out for lying. Others quietly unfriended her. The narrative collapsed completely. Last I heard through the grapevine, she had to move back in with her parents because she couldn't afford the apartment alone. She got written up at work for all the drama affecting her performance. Marco blocked her everywhere after she wouldn't leave him alone. She's in therapy. Good, honestly, she needs it. As for me, I'm doing great. The new apartment is perfect. Been hitting the gym regularly without worrying about surprise visits. Started dating casually. Nothing serious yet, but it's nice meeting people who don't project their issues onto me. The funny thing is, if she'd just been honest when I asked for her password, we could have had a real conversation. Maybe worked through it, maybe not. But instead, she tried to flip it on me, gaslight me, make me the bad guy for asking for exactly what she demanded. The projection was so strong, she literally told another man I was too trusting, while accusing me of hiding something. You know what the wildest part is? I'm grateful. If she hadn't demanded my password that night, I might never have found out. Her guilty conscience and need to project her behavior onto me exposed everything. For anyone reading this in a similar situation, trust your gut. When someone accuses you of exactly what they're doing, that's not coincidence. That's confession. And when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time.